really just brilliant. It was very strange, like how smart she was.
God.
I know. You also interviewed some housewives. You interviewed Heather Gay and
Oh,
Garcelle
yes.
Bouvet.
Yes. Two of the best. Two of the best ever, I want to say. I think, and Sabrina and I agree. I think we're willing to say best mothers in all the housewife franchises. I think that those two are very, I mean, look, it's hard when you're a housewife because the audience wants someone that they can like buy into with, that they can, you see the world as they see the world, that they're like the voice of reason. And I think Heather and Garcelle both have that. But like we know from like Eileen Davidson, who I loved, if you're too normal, you can't stay. So you have to have a little bit of like an X factor, or a little bit like you're willing to get in the mud, And so I think Heather and Garcelle have like just the right amount, while still like, they're giving us interesting drama, but they seem like truly good people.
Yeah. And I was not familiar. I was not a Real Housewives person. And I read Heather's book and I was like, I love her. And I've been so into it now.
So
I can't wait for the new season.
Like that got you hooked on Salt Lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Garcelle, right. Like, I think, like, if you look at it, especially like someone like Garcelle, like, you want to be able to have a job after the party ends, which it ends for everybody.
Yes.
And so, like, right, like, you have to do, like, Jackie Goldschneider once said to me, like, I want a job after this. Like, I don't want to be Jennifer Aiden. This was like way back. But you know what I mean? Like, so I think Garcelle, to me, I agree. Garcelle is like, if you're so straight and narrow, you're boring. And right, Garcelle has an edge. Like, she will get in there when she has to, but yet is so respectable and can have any job in Hollywood. It's really a hard skill.
I don't 100%. I don't 100% understand her relationship with Sutton, because I mean, I like Sutton okay. I think I've liked her more as seasons have gone on, but like there is something like, wait, this is the one that you're best friends with? Like it's a little surprising to me.
And it's
I mean,
like
then
a
again,
real
who else would I
friendship.
assign on the series? You know what I mean? But like, that's a little weird. And Sutton's getting, more and more foghorn leghorn, like people say, with her voice. It's just strange.
See, I love Sutton because she will just, I find she's so, and first of all, I'm like, once you have a ton of money, I'm like, okay, now I'm like impressed. I'm very easily impressed by stupid things.
No, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that, but I love that it's unexpected and she rises to the occasion when she has to. Yeah, some will say she's the ultimate shit stirrer, like who is just under the radar and really does cause a lot of drama, which I kind of like.
I do too. But then, then it's like she caused the Magic Mike drama, and it was just so like weird. Just so like, well, okay, well now I just need you to own that you were upset that you wore pants for no reason. Like what's, it's, I don't know. I think there's a little bit, look, we need housewives like this though. We need housewives who have just enough self-awareness, but just enough non-self-awareness unself-awareness to be, I don't know, entertaining, I guess.
It's the perfect combo. So you're excited that Salt Lake is back. I mean, we have it back in our lives.
Yeah. I've been just Googling what's going on with Mary and Meredith. I mean, I think that they bonded over a mutual dislike for Jen Shah. And like after Jen treated Meredith's son so poorly, I mean, that made a lot of sense to me, but I don't know. Mary does not seem like someone you want to have as an enemy. So is it staged? Like, where do you think that comes from?
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I think Meredith has done interviews already, even though the season just started, and she has said, she doesn't know where it came from. And so then that made me think, like, did producers say to Mary, like, if you want to come back and you're going to be full time, we can't have you sitting in the car and eating McDonald's anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. You have
to get in there. You have to make a friend.
Yeah.
But
and
I
she
don't
seems to be
know.
fully in there. I mean, and then she's like very close with Angie K.
And
It's
Whitney.
that is,
I mean, her and Whitney
and
apparently
Whitney,
now
little girl.
are
Oh
kind
my
of
gosh.
together.
Yeah, that's Heather and Whitney, are they fully back on track, do you think?
I don't think so. That's
Yeah,
another one that I swore that it was not real when they fell out. I'm like, I
I
don't
know.
buy it. And now, but I also sat around saying Jackson and Brittany were fake and they weren't really getting a divorce. And now it seems that I was wrong.
Yes.
God, Jackson, Brittany. You know, I did get into the valley. I dipped into the valley for a little while, and it was riveting. It was riveting.
It's not a bad place to be.
No, no.
What do
I
you
mean,
think about Salt Lake, Sabrina?
I mean, I just, I'm new to it and it's overwhelming. I can't, like, there's so much to know, but I was riveted by the finale last year and I'm so excited for what's to come.
oh my
And,
God.
you know,
You think
I
Mary's
want
funny.
more of
Like,
Mary. Yeah, I think
I
Mary's
mean,
hilarious.
she's got some good lines. I mean, the thing is,
Yeah,
like, even in Heather's book, she talks about like Mary just thinks she's helping you out by telling you everything that's wrong with you at
I
once.
know.
And it's like she is cutting. She is cutting. And I think there's like I think there's like a darker layer, obviously, we all can imagine. But I liked seeing her with her son having like a raw conversation where they're both crying. And like you don't get to see Mary with like a lot of feelings on the line. You know, she's like so removed mostly.
Yeah.
She's like, just always the commenter or like just talking trash.
And she's authentic to me. Like I find an
Yeah.
authentic, like I do think she's off center, but I don't think it's an act. Like maybe this thing with Mary, but I think it's all
Yeah.
like I don't think Mary's like, what am I supposed to do for the next scene to be fabulous? I mean, she left the show on her own basically
Yes.
by not going to the reunion.
That's true. I mean, that's deep, that's the most attractive thing. Like when
Hmm.
you
Mhm.
really feel like someone is like just coming in and they're not to producing. Like they're not producing the show behind the scenes. And you get that feeling a lot with Housewives as like, in recent years. But no, she is truly who she is. And her house and her food on trays and God, I love watching her.
Are you over? I'm always like the sum of the whole is greater than its parts. So I get over like when a Bethany leaves, like I don't really like it's not like scripted TV in the 90s where I'm like, I'm devastated. Like
Yeah.
how is this person dead? I mean, are you over like Monica not being there, reality Von Teese? Like I've moved on from it. Like I'm not, I mean, I know the
Yeah.
season just started. We have a lot to go, but I'm kind of like, all right, it's time to move on.
Listen, I think that like Housewives hooked me just by seeing their everyday minutia. Like I miss people say this. I miss seeing them when they were doing their own glam. I miss seeing them in their jammies. Like I like seeing them pack for a trip. So I think maybe the audience has an appetite for like more drama, like stir stuff up. Honestly, I'd go to like the grocery store with these gals. Like I don't need it to be too salacious for me to buy in.